Hey everybody out there in the YouTube world, what is going on? And welcome to Wolfthorne Gaming. Today I'm going to be presenting a video in Black Ops 3. This was a request from a subscriber of mine. He wanted to know some tips on how to do better in Call of Duty and in Black Ops 3 in specifically, meaning, how to get more kills and get less deaths. So I'm going to go over a few points, things that help me out when I play the game. And I may not be the best person in the world when it comes to Call of Duty, but I've played a lot of first-person shooters. I've had games like this ever since Modern Warfare 1 and even before that. So hopefully everything I'm about to tell you helps you out a little bit, and you will be on your way to improving your game in Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty in general. So the first tip I have for you guys to help you improve your game in Call of Duty is to learn the maps and have situational awareness. By what I mean by this is the flank routes, of course. Flanking is your best friend in Black Ops 3. I feel like I've been seeing it a lot more often, and like sticking to the edges of the map, checking your corners. And when you press pause in Call of Duty, you can have a bigger screen, bigger view of the map. So what I like to do is with the Xbox and the PS4, both of them, you could take screenshots. So what you can do is press the pause menu and take a screenshot of the map, the layout. You know what I mean? And then take a look at it. See what kind of different ways that you can go. Most of the maps are 3 lanes. With additional flank routes around. So you guys might be wondering, sometimes, why do I always get shot in the back, or why do I die out of nowhere? The game is broken, the spawns are messed up, whatever. But I'm coming to realize that that's not the case. People might be coming from a weird flank route that you might not know because you haven't had enough time to actually, go in depth and look at the maps and study them and see what can be happening. So like I said, practice makes perfect with this kind of stuff. You're not gonna just learn the maps by playing and that's it. That's why it's nice to have take that screenshot, look at the maps, find the flank routes that work best for you and hit them when they aren't looking. That is the best way. So I stuck to the edge of the map. I went away from my teammates, and once I got to their spawn, I knew I was there because there are none of my teammates are over here. So I had to be prepared for anything that could happen because an enemy could spawn out of nowhere and then just shoot me in the back and I'm done. So you got to make sure that you check the corners, check the flank routes and everything like that. For situational awareness, there's another point that I want to make of it. Like, let's say the other team is calling in a bunch of streaks, no matter what you do, you got your flank routes done, this map like the back of your hand, but things still aren't working out. You're dying constantly and they have score streaks now and things are just tumbling, take a turn for the worse. It's easy to get discouraged by this, especially when you have to worry about killing people on top of that. So what you should do is have a class specifically made to be invisible from score streaks like cold-blooded, blind eye, and stuff like that, and have a gun and a launcher and an EMP grenade set and ready, so that you can even out the playing field again. Something sort of like this. So you have the EMP grenade, FMJ on your weapon, blind eye, cold-blooded, engineer for seeing the score streaks, and tactical mask so that just in case people are killing you with grenades or whatever stuff that are popping all over the place. So I have a class set up for each and every situation I'm in: close range, long range, destroying score streaks, small maps, big maps. And that is something that I meant by situational awareness. Be aware to what's going on around you and adjust accordingly, because they wouldn't give you 10 different class slots if you weren't supposed to make like different classes depending on what's going on. Alright guys, so the next tip that I have for you is something that ties into your real life, and that is set your distractions to a minimal. You know what I mean? Like, I've had a bad habit of doing this in the past where, like, eventually after a few games and stuff like that, I would get bored or whatever, so I put on some music, or like the TV's going in the background, talking to people, have friends, whatever. I understand that sometimes, you hang out with and everything like that, so you want to talk to people, but, get that headset on, tune out the distractions, turn off the music, turn off the TV, and just focus on the game. And that is one thing that I know that helped me out a lot after I stopped doing that and not worrying about it, because this is a game where your reactions and everything like that are what matters the most. Like, somebody can be off by like a second and that would be the reason that you lose the gunfight. And you don't really need, I don't know, Power Rangers or Family Feud or some show or movie or some rap music in the background. While I understand that for some people it might actually help them, like legitly, but for me I feel like it just completely throws me off. So that's another thing that I feel that's not necessary, but I recommend it. So you heard me speak about a headset, so now that's my next tip, guys, and that is having some gear. Now I'm not saying go out and spend $300 on a pair of Astros, buy a scuff controller for $150 already. You spend more than the system originally costed. I've been using the Turtle Beaches for my Xbox 360 with an adapter, and they do just fine. A stereo headset is all you need. You don't need something that goes in 7.1 Dolby Digital sound so that you can hear those tiniest fraction of footsteps and what have you. They actually broke on me, so I've been playing with out of my speakers, and I find that you can still hear the blast, like you can still hear the thruster packs and everything like that, the footsteps, even without a headset or the sound whoring perks like dead silence, awareness, or what have you. I do just fine without him. In this clip I went like 35 and 9 I think, or something like that, and it just goes to show you that you don't really need the crutches like the modded controllers, the scuff, whatever. You'll get so used to playing that way that when it comes a time where you can't use it, you'll be completely out of your comfort zone, and then you won't be doing good, and then you're just gonna have to adjust again, and it's not fun to do. So, and then while we're speaking about controllers, guys, what I've been using the original Xbox One wireless controller. It's the standard, the thing that comes with the system, and it's great. I like it. I did actually get a Afterglow controller. Here, I'll try to get a picture on screen for you. So this is what I've been using lately. Actually, surprisingly enough, it's a pretty decent controller. So the sticks are responsive and it lights up. That's pretty dope, right? You can pick any color you want, and these three options, and this is the most important part. Now, this is like a poor man's scuff. It was only 50 bucks, and you see these two buttons in the back? Well, they're sliders, and each position you can map a button to. So I have the right one on B, and I was thinking about putting the other one on A so that I could jump shot and drop shot easier without taking my hand off the controller. So now that we're speaking about those terms, it's time to get into the most important tip I have, and that is gunfights. When to challenge people, when to just aim down sights, appear around the corners, and do stuff like that to make sure that somebody doesn't get the jump on you. And here's a few choices that you have. So let's say I'm looking at someone right here, and if they were to come out with a sniper rifle, I'd probably be dead, because they have the better target acquisition. They have that spot that they can camp behind, head glitching the block or whatever. So I have an assault rifle, and I'm going to play like I have an assault rifle. I'm going to try and flank and get as close to my enemies as possible while still maintaining a decent amount of distance and not get distracted by an enemy sentry gun. Anyway, so you want to make sure that you are aiming down sights every time you go around a corner. Just check it out and make sure that it's safe. Don't just blindly rush in and then expect to aim down sights and get the kill. It's not going to work for you. As you can see right here, if I would have been aiming before I jumped, I would have definitely had him, and I was a bullet away, honestly, and it wouldn't have been a problem. Use a suppressor to keep yourself off the minimap, and while you're playing, look at the minimap too. Watch for the blast suppressor pings, if people aren't using blast suppressor, rather. Just make sure that you're not just running into a situation. If you run into more than one person, I like to use glitch for that reason. If you make a mistake, glitch is amazing because you can just go back in time to where you weren't getting messed up, and you can come back and rethink your strategy in all in 20-30 seconds and just completely destroy them after getting the jump on them. And all these things, guys, take time to learn. You cannot just, play the game once or twice and expect to be a professional, because here's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get too overconfident, either that or you're going to get frustrated because you're going up against people that are better than you, and you are stuck because you get mad, you lose the clarity. When just stay calm and don't feel pressured. If you see something that you don't really feel like you're going to win, there's a gunfight that you're not going to win, you see somebody coming out of a corner, use the movements the things that are put, each game had its own thing. Advanced Warfare had the boost jumping and the dodging and everything like that. So I used that to my advantage, and every time I was in a gunfight I didn't like, I jumped away like a bunny rabbit and came back to do my work when I knew it was safe. Same thing with Black Ops 3. You know, you have the thruster packs, you have the slide, you know, you have everything that you need when something's not going your way. Just glitch and show up behind them with the dual wield pistols. You know, just take yourself out of your comfort zone also is another thing that I wanted to say. Like, if you're an SMG player, if you're a rusher, you know, try an assault rifle, try a sniper, do something that would make you uncomfortable, because if you learn how to play in situations that you're not used to, it will just make your true game that much better. So thank you guys for sticking with me through this video. I'm not the best commentator yet, you know, I don't have that much experience. So if this video helped you out, that's all that really matters to me, and I couldn't really think of any more tips, and if I do, I will amend this video. I'll make an extra one and, you know, say some things that I left out or what have you. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, have a great night, and peace.